friends of Unicaf University. Welcome to a graduation ceremony of the university's cohort of students graduating in Malawi. I am Senior Marketing Officer Ines Kozi and Master of Ceremonies for this important event. The continuing spread of the COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to make this a virtual graduation ceremony in order to safeguard the health and well-being of our students. Unicaf University has heavily invested in a cutting-edge technological infrastructure which enables us to continue to offer online international quality higher education in spite of and throughout lockdowns and other measures for the pandemic. Our students are able to continue their studies without interruptions, and today we are proud to present to the world the second cohort of Unicaf University graduates. We look forward to holding our next graduation ceremony under more regular circumstances. Those graduating at today's virtual event and our graduates from last year will also be invited to attend so that they will be able to experience together this unique moment of achievement and pride in their lives. Let me now highlight today's event for you. After the Chancellor's procession and the arrival of dignitaries, the university's Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, will deliver his welcoming address and announce the installation of the university's first Chancellor, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale. The newly installed Chancellor will then officially open the graduation ceremony, which will include speeches by the Minister of Education of Malawi, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Chair of the University's Local Advisory Council, the Acting CEO of the National Council for Higher Education, the University's Vice-Chancellor Federal, and representatives of our graduates. Today's graduation ceremony is unique in that it will include the university's first Honorary Doctorate Award to a pioneer of innovation and social entrepreneurship, Dr. Rachel Suwande. After the speeches, the names of the graduating students will be presented to the Chancellor for the conferment of their degrees. We sincerely hope you will enjoy the ceremony. Proceedings will now commence with the arrival of the Vice-Chancellor's procession. Leading the procession is the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Ephinus Mpakati Gama. Following her is the Vice-Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley. Following him is the Chancellor-designate, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale. Behind him is the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, and closing the procession is the Acting CEO of the Malawi National Council for Higher Education Chair, Dr. Ambulire Piri. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I now call upon the Director of Academics and Quality Assurance, Mr. Samuel Katsarwali, to provide us with an opening spiritual prayer.
We gather here today, scattered across many countries in fellowship, as members and friends of Unicaf University. We recognize that we meet virtually during difficult times, connected by modern technology, but still reaffirming the spiritual connectivity that binds us all as humans. We pray that those graduating today use the platform of their graduation to realize their personal goals and the aspirations of their families, and that they utilize their learning for the benefit and service of all mankind. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Katsarwali. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley, to formally welcome you to the proceedings and to introduce the university's Chancellor-designate, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale.
Our guest of honor Minister of Education, Honourable Agnes Yolande, and representatives from the Ministry of Education here present. Acting CEO of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Honorary, Chair of Unicaf University Local Advisory Board and member of Unicaf University Council, Professor Nivani Madisa, Chancellor Designate of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutembu, the Vice Chancellor Unicaf University at international level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Epines Makati Ghana, Acting CEO of the National Council for Higher Education, all staff and students of Unicaf University in Malawi, and a special welcome to today's graduates. Let me welcome all of you to this second graduation ceremony of Unicaf University in Malawi, where we will celebrate the award of degrees to 222 students from 49 different countries, including 81 from Malawi. Dear graduates, this is a very special day for you, your families, and your friends. We recognize the sacrifices you and your families have made, and we hope this ceremony is a memorable occasion for you all. Unicaf University was founded in 2015 and welcomed its first students in 2016. As a result of the short time period we are in operation, most of our students graduating this year are graduates of our 2-year master's degree programs. However, I'm very pleased to announce that we are also graduating our first cohorts of bachelor students, and by next year we hope to graduate our first PhD students as well. We realise that this past year has been a difficult one for all associated with Unicaf University and the education sector as a whole, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, we are proud that because of Unicaf University's flexible online mode of teaching, we were able to continue to deliver all our programs as normal, and this is ably demonstrated by the number of students successfully graduating today. We salute our students who have remained steadfast in their desire to complete their degree programs, and we look forward to continuing to provide the same high quality service to all our students in the coming years. Unicaf University is continually seeking new and innovative ways to deliver its programs and to support its students. This year in March, we initiated an innovation to support our doctoral students through our first international Unicaf online research conference. Over 50 Unicaf doctoral students submitted abstracts and contributed to a high quality conference, presenting Unicaf's research output. We look forward to a number of these students graduating next year. It is through our doctoral programs that we will now start to significantly contribute to national, continental and global research, as well as significantly contributing to teaching and learning. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you all Professor Joseph Kutembu before we formally install him as Unicaf University's Chancellor in Malawi. Many of you will know Professor Kutembu as the first Vice Chancellor at Unicaf University in Malawi. He retired last year after seeing Unicaf University through its first graduation ceremony. And our council felt that it was fitting that he should remain connected to the university through the position of Chancellor. Professor Kutembu is a long-standing academic with an international reputation. He is a specialist in educational psychology, graduating with a bachelor degree from the University of Malawi back in 1976, a master's degree from the University of London in 1979, and a PhD from the University of Alberta in Canada in 1985. He gained a professorship with the University of Malawi and has won several awards and developed a wide range of international collaborations that have taken him across Africa, the Americas, Asia, and Europe. This included work at several top universities, including Harvard University. He has supervised over 100 master's student dissertations and 39 doctoral student dissertations. Following his tenure at the University of Malawi, he served with the Ministry of Education for 7 years as Director of Budget, Planning and Policy. Thereafter, he served as the first Vice-Chancellor of Malawi Adventist University, establishing that university in Malawi. He then served as Chair of Council of Pentecostal Life University and established that university in Malawi, before coming to Unicaf University in October 2015, to where he helped build and establish Unicaf University in Malawi. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that there are few people so well qualified to take on the role of Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi than Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale. I now ask Professor Kutemba Mwale to stand, and our Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Epinus Katigama, will assist me in dressing Professor Kutemba Mwale with the robe of Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi.
Congratulations, Professor Kutemba Mwale. May I please ask you now to address us and formally open this graduation ceremony?
Yes. I wish to thank the University Council for appointing me as the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi. The university has come a long way since they started in October 2015. And it is well on its way to becoming a premier university of national and international importance. We look forward to its continued growth with more programs to offer and an increasing number of students all over the world, and we believe that the world will know us better than they have in the past. We in Malawi are proud to host such an international blend of students, and with the international federal network being established, we will continue to work hard to support all our students in their learning journey. I would like to congratulate all our graduates and your families on your success. We ask you to keep in touch with your university as you further your careers and to be ambassadors of the uniquely flexible form of online education that we offer. I now formally open today's proceedings. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I declare this second graduation ceremony of Unicaf University in Malawi duly constituted as a ceremony for the award of degrees.
Thank you, Chancellor. We now welcome the Vice-Chancellor for Unicaf University at the international federal level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, to address us via video link.
Distinguished and honourable guests, ladies and gentlemen, and soon-to-be graduates of 2021, I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to all of our graduating students who will have their awards conferred on them today. All your hard work will result in your transformation into graduates as your various awards are bestowed upon you. Your degree certificates, the pieces of paper that signal success, however, are not the product of your academic endeavours. You are. I hope you recognise that your education has changed you and that you will go out into the global society and play your role to live up to the responsibility of all educated persons, and that is to strive, wherever we can, to contribute more to the societies in which we live. That contribution has never been more important as we face up to the enormous and continuing challenges of the pandemic and look forward to the process of rebuilding the post-pandemic world, threatened as it is by environmental and climatic changes. I take this opportunity to provide an important update. Earlier this year, I signed on behalf of Unicaf University at the federal level and through the individual in-country Vice-Chancellors, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Accord. We have selected 5 important elements to focus our efforts to build a better future for our children. These include ongoing provision of quality higher education, fostering decent work opportunities and economic growth, and in so doing, working to reduce inequalities. We have, as an institution, committed to responsible consumption and production in all that we do, and in working in partnership with national and international organisations to advance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our efforts have already been recognised, in that we were shortlisted as a finalist in the United Nations-sponsored Green Gown International Awards as Sustainability Institution of the Year 2021. We may not have won the international category, but being an International Green Gown Awards finalist is something to be enormously proud of, and I am confident that we will move forward to provide further award-winning initiatives as a signatory of the UN SDG Accord. I'm also delighted to announce that our university network has recently gained membership of the Advance HE, which is the single agency of the higher education sector for the promotion of equality, diversity, excellence in teaching and learning, and best practice in university leadership and governance. The majority of UK universities are members of Advance HE, with an increasing number of international universities becoming members. There are 89 international universities in the membership. Unicaf University becomes the only continental African university member. Membership of Advance HE will support a demonstrable seal of quality assurance and enhancement of all our student-facing activities. Through progressive engagement in Advance HE, Unicaf University can help shape policy and through this become a sector lead in equality and inclusion, transformative leadership, effective governance, and the continental champion of excellence in higher education. Dear graduates, I expect all of you will have a mixture of emotions today. Most of you would admit to feeling some pride, elation, and perhaps relief at reaching your goals. You have much to be proud of, and the pride you feel today should extend to others in the virtual audience, for you have been supported by parents, friends, partners, and family. I urge you please to remember too that you are always a part of the Unicaf family as alumni, and we expect and hope that you will continue to share your success stories with us and continue your valuable contributions to the wider vision and mission of your university. My congratulations to each and every one of you. I share the joy of your friends, family and supporters at your success. Good luck and keep safe.
Thank you, Dr. Andrews, for those insightful comments. I now call upon Professor Nyovani Madisi, Chair of our local advisory board, to address our congregation via video link.
Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonji, and representatives from the Ministry of Education here present, Acting CEO of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Ambumuli Piri, the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale, the Vice-Chancellor, Unicaf University at international level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley, all staff and students of Unicaf University in Malawi, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to be able to address you at today's ceremony, where we see an additional 222 Unicaf University students graduate as a result of our flexible online learning approach. I note with pleasure that we have our first bachelor students graduating today and look forward to our first doctoral students graduating next year. It will be an achievement next year to have the full range of higher education degrees awarded by our university. As chair of the local advisory board, I am particularly aware of the need for Unicaf University programs and extracurricular activities to be relevant to Malawi and by extension, Africa and low-income countries as a whole. This past year has seen the university engage with its local community here in Malawi and beyond in several substantive ways. The COVID situation has restricted our ability to host computer classes for school leavers and engage in a number of our usual corporate activities. However, within Malawi, we have donated personal protective equipment and hygiene facilities to local schools and also promoted excellence in secondary education through supporting performance awards for secondary school students and teachers. We have also continued our open lecture series to promote debate around critical issues. This year included a very well-received televised lecture to commemorate the International Women's Day by Honorable Martha Chizuma, the then Ombudsman of Malawi and now the first female Director General of the Anti-Corruption Bureau, under the title Dare to Challenge. We look forward to continue to identify critical issues for discussion and debate and to continue to promote gender equality in Malawi and beyond. Internationally, Unicaf has committed itself to environmental and social corporate governance, ESG, with commitments to environmental sustainability. Linked to this, Unicaf University was proud to be a finalist in the Green Gown Awards that recognize exceptional sustainability initiatives being undertaken by universities and colleges around the world. As the university grows, we look forward to developing new relevant programs of value to our Malawian and international students and to utilize technology to convene more international webinars and short courses of value to our students, alumni, and broader society. I wish to congratulate all today's graduates for their success and to thank their families and friends for their support. Please keep in touch as alumni of this unique higher education institution and keep us informed of your careers and personal achievements. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Madisi, for your wise words. We now welcome the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Ambumlile Piri, who will deliver her address.
The Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Secretary for Education, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, the Director for Higher Education, Dr. Levi Senea, the Chancellor, Professor Kutemba Mwale, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, Unicaf staff, students, and graduating class, all protocol observed. Honorable Minister, on behalf of the National Council for Higher Education, allow me to express our sincere appreciation to the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and management of Unicaf University for extending the invitation to the Council for this graduation ceremony. We are thankful for the continued partnership in ensuring that we deliver quality, inclusive higher education to all Malawians. I wish to congratulate Professor Kutemba Mwale for your installation as Chancellor of Unicaf University and my warmest congratulations to the graduating class of 2021 for registering your success in your various academic programs, as evidenced by the awards that you will be receiving today. We celebrate this academic achievement with you, your families, the faculty, staff, and fellow students of Unicaf University. Honorable Minister, Unicaf University is a trailblazer in the area of open distance and e-learning. Numerous lessons could be learned and replicated from the model that is being used here. The COVID-19 situation at hand has shown us that there is a need for robust and resilient systems that support continued learning for our students. Despite the school closures, Unicaf has managed to hold graduations exactly 1 year apart, a sign that the system is effective. The model allows students, allows the university to even attract local as well as international students, as we've already heard from the Chancellor as well as the Vice Chancellor. No disruptions because of the flexibility and accessibility of the online learning materials through their virtual learning system. I hope that other higher education institutions will take an interest to learn the Unicaf University model. A well-designed online degrees are equivalent to degrees offered through traditional face-to-face. Unicaf University's accredited programs are no exception, and therefore, guided by the Section 29 of the NCHE Act, the Council expects that all stakeholders will recognize the qualifications to be awarded today as comparable and equivalent merit to similar qualifications awarded in respect of programs offered by other institutions in Malawi and internationally. Congratulations, graduating class. Honorable Minister, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Ambumbi Repiri. It is now my humble duty to call upon our guest of honor, the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, to address us.
The Secretary for Education, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, and all officials from the Ministry of Education present here, the Chancellor of Unicaf University, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwali, the Chair of Unicaf University Local Advisory Board and member of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Nyovani Madise, Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley, the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University at international level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University, Dr. Ifnes Mpagadigama, the Acting Chief Executive Officer of National Council of Higher Education, NCHE, Dr. Mbumuli Lepiri, and all representatives of various higher education regulatory bodies present, staff and students of Unicaf University from Malawi, across Africa and across the world, graduates of this 2021 graduation ceremony, and your families and friends. Good morning to you all. It is a privilege for me to be here as guest and a witness to the celebration of achievement at Unicaf's second graduation ceremony. I must commend Unicaf University for organizing a purposefully designed graduation ceremony that takes advantage of the advances we are seeing in technology. This ceremony on the virtual platform and Unicaf being an online university will be viewed and welcomed so eagerly by graduates and parents in many countries. It is worth mentioning that this event fully adheres to COVID-19 preventive measures. Given the COVID pandemic that is a backdrop to our lives at the moment, this is a symbol of the changes that we will have to continue to make across the education sector and across society as a whole, if we are to adapt successfully to the cycle of never-ending challenges and that humanity must continuously face. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the Malawians among you are aware, and as many others of you are likely aware, Malawi is amongst the most challenged countries in the world when it comes to provision of education, primary, secondary, and tertiary education. In particular, we have one of the lowest tertiary education enrollment rates in the world. We therefore welcome the complementary efforts of private universities in the provision of higher education. And we also welcome innovative approaches such as the online learning that can maximize access to higher education as espoused in the National Education Sector Investment Plan, NESIP. This approach is also in line with the development of the human capital we require towards the creation of a new Malawi, the Malawi envisioned in the Vision 2063. If we do not start the process now, then the vision will be in vain because we require a workforce that has a different mindset altogether. So we must start developing the human capital we need to take us to 2063 now. A mindset that is capable of desiring, envisioning, and building a future that is better than the past is only possible if we start our work now. In our efforts to improve our education system in Malawi and to advance the educational attainment of our people, we have initiated a number of reforms that interface with universities' objectives, including those of Unicaf University. These include, number one, placing an emphasis on evidence-based policies informed by research, analysis, and recognizing that universities are amongst the best placed institutions to provide independent analysis and advice to government. Number two, extending the ministry's engagement in science, technology, and innovation, and in open, distance, and e-learning through 2 new directorates created specifically for these missions. We need engagement and leadership from universities and the graduates that they produce to identify and develop new solutions, whether through policies, technologies, businesses, to address society's new challenges. This is specifically needed for low-income countries in sub-Saharan Africa that still heavily depend on subsistence farming and where there's an increasing equity and wealth gap across different levels of society. This emphasis on the need to strengthen higher education so that it can play a major role in helping lift many of our low-income countries out of poverty is a topic close to the heart of our state president, His Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Magathé Chakwera. His Excellency was recently installed as a champion for higher education in Africa through the Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, RU Forum, and he recently chaired a pre-UN Food System Summit dialogue between selected African heads of state and academia. The government of Malawi further looks forward to playing its part in attempting to bring attention to the education needs of our continent through its upcoming role as the next chair of the Southern African Development Community, SADC. This will incorporate recognition of the importance of strengthening our education systems, including higher education, especially through an expansion of science, technology, and innovation linked to entrepreneurship and business development. honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, in seeking how I might address a diverse audience across Malawi and so many other countries and cultures associated with Unicaf University at this event, I came across a speech by President Barack Obama at the 2009 Arizona State University graduation. It carried some universal messages that seem just as well placed here in Malawi and Africa, as well as in the United States of America. And I will interpret and adapt some of his messages that I would wish today's graduates to reflect on as they celebrate their well-earned success. The key message President Obama gave at the graduation event I've referred to above was that life is about building a body of work. Life is about building a body of work. By this, he means that our work is never done. As you celebrate your achievements and receive your certificates today, this marks the beginning of a new chapter of opportunity in your life, as well as an accomplishment of work over the last several years. Another point President Obama emphasized was that you should determine what you wish your body of work to be. You should determine what you wish your body of work to be. How do you want to be remembered? What is most important in your life? Is it money? Is it ownership of cars? Is it status? Or is it a feeling of well-being that you have contributed to your family, your community, your country, and indeed society at large? These goals are, of course, not incompatible, and we all, as individuals, desire recognition for our efforts. However, we need to ensure that the balance is right, not just for ourselves, but for our families, our community, and our society. I do encourage you to look up President Obama's speech in your own time. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, if we're too selfish and just think all the time of me, we may earn some short-term material gains, but the longer-term effects for society and indeed ourselves and our families can be detrimental. We see the effects of this across many countries, with instances of corruption dragging down a country's ability to lift itself out of poverty. We saw it in 2008 with corporate greed leading to the global financial crisis. Many would say the worst global financial crisis since the Great Depression. We see it to some extent with the COVID-19, where there are nationalistic tendencies to hoard vaccines despite the pandemic being a global pandemic in nature. We also see it on a global scale, where an overemphasis on materialism, especially from the leading industrial countries, has led to global warming. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you, the Unicaf class of 2021, move forward with your new qualifications and find your way with your careers, please reflect not just on your own career, but what you can do both through your career and your private efforts to help address the ills of society. Particularly for my fellow African brothers and sisters, please reflect on how we can help to lift many of our people out of poverty so that they can enjoy 3 meals a day, enjoy at least 12 years of formal education or formal schooling, and have children without fear of losing our women in childbirth or losing young children to disease before they complete their first year of life. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to build our bodies of work, we should recognize that opportunity and success come at different stages in one's life. And it can come in many forms. It can come early or it can come late. It can be internationally recognized by society, or it can be recognized by just your family and friends or community as a contribution to improving their lives, or it can just be recognized by yourself in claiming some internal goal and perhaps overcoming a personal challenge. Some of you have graduated today in business. You may have an opportunity to start your own business or work in a company. Either way, you have the potential to impact on people's lives through creating meaningful employment and delivering products and services to society. Some of you have graduated in computer science, where we continue to require innovative solutions that can help to improve our daily lives through information technology and to extend those improvements to villages and communities and indeed to schools that still lack access to electricity, mobile phone signals, and the internet. Some of you have graduated in education, and I could talk for many hours on how you can impact on the minds of students or stimulate new innovations that can feed into businesses and development, or improve the management of our schools, colleges, and universities for the betterment of society. I thank Unicaf University for the invitation to be with you here today, and wish the university, as it continues to expand its innovative delivery of higher education, reaching many who otherwise may not have been able to access higher education. For today's graduates, as you move forward from this graduation and rightly celebrate your achievements with family and friends, I wish you every success in your lives and careers as you seek to create and develop your life's body of work. I thank you all for your attention.
We thank you, Honorable Minister, for your presence and for your inspirational speech. We now have the first award of an honorary doctorate by Unicaf University. I call upon the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, to introduce Unicaf University's first recipient of an honorary doctorate award.
Before I start, may I request that Dr. Rachel Sivande joins me at the podium. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is a great honour to introduce to you Unicaf University's first ever awardee for the title of Doctor of Philosophy, honoris causa, Dr. Rachel Sivande. Dr. Sivande is a unique individual who has demonstrated the power of determination, coupled with innovation and social entrepreneurship, to make an impact on the national, continental, and global development stage. She has broken through a number of barriers in her young life, not least the barrier to women succeeding in the field of science and technology. She is living proof that women can succeed in entrepreneurship, science and technology, and we hope that our graduating students and everybody watching this event, both male and female, will be inspired by her story. Dr. Sivande was born in Lilongwe in 1986. Following her primary and secondary education, she graduated from Chancellor College, University of Malawi, in 2005, with a Bachelor of Science degree with credit, majoring in computer science and statistics. She then took a master's degree in information theory, coding and cryptography at Mzuzu University, where she graduated with distinction in 2008. Recently, she obtained a PhD in computer science from Rhodes University in South Africa, and along the way she has undertaken courses in technology entrepreneurship at Harvard University and wireless networking at the International Centre for Theoretical Physics in Trieste, in Italy. This in itself is impressive. However, we are awarding her an honorary doctorate today for how she has used her education and applied it to social development. She has become an expert in digital technology and in big data analysis and its management, assisting technology projects that promote social welfare across sub-Saharan Africa, as well as further afield in Haiti and Nepal. She is currently Senior Director, Data for Development at the Digital Impact Alliance, a unit within the United Nations Foundation in Pretoria, South Africa, from where she leads countrywide big data for development demonstration models across the African region. In Malawi, she is best known for establishing Malawi's first ever Technology and Innovation Hub, MHub, in 2014, at the age of only 27. This Technology and Innovation Hub was also among the first innovation hubs established in low-income sub-Saharan African countries. MHub has stimulated the creation of many more hubs both in Malawi and across the region. The hub provides access to business development support and investment readiness support for young entrepreneurs. It also provides coaching, mentorship, access to networks, and access to financing for business growth. In the 6 years of existence, the hub has facilitated over $1.2 million in financing to emerging young social entrepreneurs, creating more than 950 jobs and impacting over 10,000 people in diverse value chains such as agriculture, health, alternative and renewable energy, construction, manufacturing, performing arts, and many more. Some innovative initiatives the Hub has supported are the creation of Malawi's first tissue culture manipulation lab in Lilongwe Area 25 that now supports 750 low-income smallholder farmers across the central region. It has also supported the launch of an alternative cooking fuel manufacturing plant in Chitipi that produces a daily average of 2 tons of briquettes for local use, offsetting the use of hazardous charcoal in the area of Lilongwe. And it has supported a social enterprise that manufactures reusable sanitary pads for young girls in local community schools in Chilamoni, Blantyre. The Hub has trained, coached, and mentored over 80,000 youths with business and technology skills. Dr. Sivande continues to engage personally in MHub's development and is passionate about introducing young people, especially girls, to technology training and creating a new generation of technology creators. Dr. Sivande is the recipient of several international awards, including former US President Obama's Young African Leaders Initiative, the next Einstein Forum, which focuses on promoting innovation in Africa, and that organization is renowned because it sees that the next Einstein will originate from Africa. That is the origin of that particular organization. And she's also received awards from Forbes magazine. In 2020, she was listed as one of the 100 most influential African women of the year. Unicaf University is proud to recognize and honor the achievements of this truly innovative lady in promoting social entrepreneurship and her contributions to technology innovation and to Malawian and African development. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present to you Dr. Rachel Sivande. After the award of her honorary degree, Dr. Sivande will return to the podium for her acceptance speech. Please proceed with your degree.
the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, Secretary for Education, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, the Director of Higher Education, Dr. Levison Enea, Acting CEO of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Ambumulire Piri, Chancellor of Unicaf University, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale, Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Digli, all staff and students of Unicaf University present here today, our graduates, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, but let me also mention my husband, Mr. Crispin Swantahito. Because they say behind every successful person, there's gotta be someone. For me, it's besides me and not behind. So thank you for gracing the occasion. I would like to start by thanking Dr. Ridley for the kind introduction, and also to Unicaf University for honoring me with this auspicious award. I was a young girl with a passion and a vision. I liked to create technology solutions to solve social problems. I used to break radios to see how they worked, and I used to make things out of those radios. That passion and curiosity culminated into the establishment of Malawi's first technology and innovation hub, MHub, in 2014. When I created the hub, I wanted to create a space where young people like me, who were enthusiasts of innovation and technology, could thrive. A space where ideas could be nurtured, groomed, and launched into long-lasting social, economic development initiatives. I'm therefore very humbled and truly grateful, but also overwhelmed by the impact of that small passion and curiosity that I had. In our 6 years of existence as a technology hub, we have impacted over 80,000 young people and women from over 10 rural districts in Malawi. We have developed technology solutions across sectors such as elections monitoring that have been deployed in countries like Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, just to mention a few. Some of our technology solutions have also been deployed in areas such as human rights, governance, and social entrepreneurship. The hub has also trained children, girls, and young people to develop technology solutions. We have sought to create a generation of young people that can transcend from users of technology to creators of technology solutions. We have also made investment into young, innovative entrepreneurs. My dream is to create a generation of young people that can transcend from job seekers to job creators. I would therefore like to thank Unicaf University for presenting me with this honorary award today. I humbly accept it, and I dedicate it to the team at MHub. They are the wind beneath my wings. I would never have managed to achieve what I have if it wasn't for the great team that is at MHub. Let me also say that I am greatly inspired by the vision of Unicaf University, who are positively contributing to the educational, economic, and sustainable development of local communities, not just in Malawi, but also the region as a whole. The university is providing accessible and internationally recognizable education programs, which focus on developing professional skills,
promoting employability of its graduates. This is also where my drive as a social entrepreneur originates from. I am particularly delighted about the university's integration of technology and entrepreneurship in their various educational courses. This is absolutely progressive in this day and age. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by drawing on the wisdom of one of the greatest men to have ever walked on earth, Nelson Mandela. And I quote, he said, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we live, end of quote. And so, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, as we ponder on our lives today, I challenge you to take your passion and create a vision that goes beyond yourselves. Love more, be kind, and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sibande. Congratulations for receiving our university's first honorary award. I now call upon 3 representatives of our students graduating today to address the congregation.
The Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Principal Secretary for Ministry of Education, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, officials from the Ministry of Education, the Acting Chief Executive Officer of National Commission for Higher Education, Dr. Ambulire Piri, the Chancellor of Unicaf University, Malawi, Professor Temba Mwane, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, all Unicaf University officials, lecturers, and fellow graduates. First and foremost, I want to express my gratitude and happiness to have successfully completed my studies and to be participating in this ceremony today, representing my fellow graduates. My sincere thanks go to the Unicaf University for providing us with a unique opportunity to pursue internationally recognized, high-quality academic degrees at an affordable cost. Thanks to these scholarships we have all received. We all know that quality tertiary education is not easy to find, and when you do find it, it comes at a price, a high price in fact. Yet Unicaf University provides high quality tertiary education at a fraction of what it should be the cost, through the scholarships and with easy payment plans that suit your finances for the remainder of the fees. With minimum of financial pressure, students can concentrate on their studies and achieve their academic goals without making their families suffer. At the same time, studying online for your degrees enables you to continue to work and earn for your family, which is very important for many of us here. Unicaf University provides a cutting-edge digital platform and full support to its students so that they can study in depth, one module at a time. Another benefit of online learning with Unicaf University is the interaction with fellow students from many different countries, of diverse age groups, with diverse professional backgrounds and careers. The flexible mode of learning allows students to study at their own pace, in their own free time, from the comfort of their homes or offices. With self-discipline, we learned to organize our studying after work and family commitments. In addition, everybody will agree with me that online learning was godsend in the last 2 years, as it was unaffected by the COVID-19 pandemic and its measures to contain it. Imagine the number of modules in each learning program and the number of reference books and literature that will be required for each student And if you convert that into monetary cost, you will quickly realize that very few students could afford that. Unicaf University's e-library is accessible to all students via the virtual learning environment at any time of the day or night, and includes thousands of volumes which are on the students' reading list. Through the VLE, students from all countries and backgrounds also had an opportunity to discuss projects, assignments, and so forth. I know that I'm graduating from Unicaf University with up-to-date knowledge and skills and an internationally recognized degree, which will enhance my CV and advance my career. But I also know that during my studies, I have made good friends in many countries who are also my professional contacts internationally, thanks to the Unicaf University and the VLE. I thank you for celebrating our success with us, and I strongly recommend anyone watching to consider studying with Unicaf University. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nkandawire.
The Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Secretary for Education, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, the Director of Higher Education, Dr. Lebson Inea, the Acting Executive Officer, Chief Executive Officer of the National Council for Higher Education, Dr. Ambumule Pili, the Chancellor, Unicaf University of Malawi, Professor Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, and all Unicaf staff officials, lecturers, and fellow graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel deep gratitude for the great honor bestowed upon me to speak at the graduation ceremony on behalf of fellow students graduating today. As we all know, education is universally considered as the backbone of development and progress of any nation. The power of education goes beyond the development of professional skills. It can change people's mindsets and empower them to become productive members of the society. Ladies and gentlemen, studying with Unicaf University has been an enriching experience. The university provided us with a conducive digital learning environment, a flexible modular system, and 24/7 access to expansive e-learning library, which covered all our needs. Unicaf University helped us to achieve our dreams through the award of generous scholarships, which made studying for degrees of such high quality affordable to everyone. In addition, we also had well-qualified, dedicated lecturers who were always available to inspire, guide, and answer all our questions during our studies. When our other universities had to close down because of the pandemic, teaching and learning at Unicaf University was business as usual. Not only were we able to continue with our studies via the state-of-the-art Unicaf virtual learning environment, we also had the opportunity to interact with the fellow students from many different countries and cultures. With our new academic qualifications we are receiving today, we can look forward to brighter careers, better jobs, and higher earnings, which will allow us to make a difference to the lives of our families and to the development of our communities. Let's be proud of our achievements, and let's go into the world with the confidence to shine. I wish each and every one of you, my fellow graduates, the very best for the future. But before I leave, I should leave you with the words of the great leader, Nelson Mandela, who said, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." As Unicaf University graduates, we have the education now, and it is up to us to change the world. Thank you very much. this Malawi nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Daka.
Honorable dignitaries and Unicaf University officials, fellow graduates, I am Buzuzi Petros, accounting and finance professional from the Republic of Zimbabwe. I feel great joy and pride to receive my Master in Business Administration MBA award today. I believe that an important reason myself and fellow international students in 49 countries have chosen to study with Unicaf University is the generous scholarships we received. The scholarships made our studies affordable, and the flexible nature of online learning allowed us to study at our convenience in the evenings and during weekends. My limited finances would never have allowed me to acquire a postgraduate degree of such high quality. The scholarship program afforded me an opportunity to excel academically and to earn an internationally recognized MBA, which has always been a dream of mine. Online learning has helped me develop my multitasking skills, helping me balance my work duties with family commitments, social life, and my study schedule without any need for compromises. I have also improved my computer technical skills through navigating different learning management systems and programs. Because all teaching and learning was done online, our studies were not interrupted by lockdowns or measures to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. Our lecturers and tutors were exceptionally helpful and encouraging, and I am grateful for improving my English language skills and for learning the importance of researching and producing my own material for assignments. The participation in forum discussions and joint projects with fellow students from around the world positively improved my online learning experience and led to the creation of new friendships and professional associations internationally. Studying for my MBA has helped me at work as it encouraged my superiors to give me more responsibilities and authority, promoting me to the acting chief accountant role. I believe I speak on behalf of all international graduates of Unicaf University in Malawi when I express my gratitude for everything we have learned during the MBA program. I have decided to continue my active association with the university by enrolling for a PhD next year, and I encourage my fellow students to do the same. I wish each and every one of our classmates the best for the future, and I sincerely hope that we will make a positive difference to our organizations, our careers, our communities as a result of graduating from Unicaf University.
We thank our three graduates for sharing the important highlights of their learning experience with Unicaf University, and now proceed to the moment we have all been waiting for. I call upon the Pro-Vice Chancellor Academic of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Epines Mpagatigama, to present the names of graduating students to the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi for the awarding of degrees.
All protocols observed. The Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present several groups of candidates to you for the conferment of academic awards. The first group of candidates have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, all with passes: James Kwabila, Faris Kamanga, Joan Wiza Kandawili, Blessings Moyo, Ellen Lisa Sadyalunda Kalimbuka, Dela Nomsa Tinvere, Sheikh Ahmed Tor, Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present the following candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. The first group with pass: Francis Javier Juma, Michael Kastepa, Precious Uhunamure. The second group with credit: Gredo Mabachi, Basharu Malik. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the following candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Organizational Psychology. The first group with pass: Chinero Neka Abadoni, Anita Ne Yaboli Anan, Ashra Akri Baki, Johan Bautuli, Mary Benita Kozi, Robert Masauto Chisari, Suzette Avet Daniel, Sophie Tola Isani, Roxanne Nicole Charlene Forbes, Limpo Gertrude Kaka, Twere Kumalo, Totsu Konyana, Cynthia Lati, Derek Alfred Uwesha, Lemkang Morgan, Kenneth Mumma, Rebecca Mwali, Joseph Jonathan Mwanza, Edson Bryson Ndalama, Faven Negas Solomon, Juan Kitsen, Neyman Agola Ocheng, David Onyon Okalebo, Zara Moso Omar, Kebelef Sefako, Simba Kinesha Thofir, Adolf Wagner, Veronica Angelica Williams. Those who pass with credit: Tabitha Victoria Kwabir Kra, Eureka Yology Job, Prasha J. Luchmi Rekmas Ugobo. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the following candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the degree of Master of Arts in Education. The first group with pass: Mirel Clemens and Planolo, Faye Annie Odeo, K. Pearl Ditmalan, Fiction Fashion Dambala, Geoffrey Gondwe, Shepon Jupiter, Anthony Marcus Camillo, Solomon Matfilangi Kanguru, Grace Malidi, Fanny Tadala Manguiro, Evans Kazua Marcus, Matthias Zibelu Nkoma, Mary Sapienza Pitiko, Joel Trevor Porter, George Kwas Prempe, Chantal Moyan Simpson, Malay Shiny Star Taylor, Richard Kadango Tomoka, Sherin Van Boom, Martin Orlando Wesonga, Elliot Tawanda Woninika, Master of Arts in Education with Credit, Kellyanne Latoya Alei, Levi Kalea, Linsnet Chen Piri Daga, Innocent Kapewa Wanja. Mr. Chancellor, sir, now I have the honor to present the following candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the degree of Master of Business Administration, MBA. The first group with pass. Sarafa Ayodeji Abdullahi, Olutayo Aderemi Adeni, Agnes Adrupio, Oluwatelum Oluwasagen Ajibola, Oluwafumito Toby Akande, Oduro Akeste, John Saforo Akno, Swad Had Ahmed Abbas, Flavia Amanda, Nana Abeiko Ba Andam, Andri Nirina Andrea Manantena, Kolapoteng Aniki Mulala, Belinda Arach, Verma Na Nokoi Array, Eric Asamoah, Dinta Oindamola Asharob, Persis Atukunda, Abraham Ayomi, Ibrahim Alpha Bar, Harriet Ola Bahom, Sefiso Mupati Gasha Banda, Katlego Jean Bansi, Ronald Foster, Ishta Bihari, Mary Asantewa Boateng, Arthur Boy, Fabrice Belani Bundula, Charles Chabwera, Jimmy Chabwera, Martha Chagonjira, Lucia Chaima Gongolo, Edith Mwaiwatu Chamuzi, Takiwa Chatola. The list continues for MBA with pass. Emon Silas Chiheni Banda, Anderson Wilford Chikazingwa, Charles Chiku, Nyosani Merchant Chindevu, Meya Chinola Muronya, Nyasha Chinyanga, Barnett Rogers Chira, Masozi Violet Chirwa, Felix Kennedy Chunjiza, Bonko Cynthia Bobo, Heatherwick McNeil Dumakude, Emmanuel Eknyong Ekong, Enoch Kupita Foster, Emmanuel Kwame Goka, Austin Gomani, Hussein Gondwala, Sheikh Farouk Hamid, Enoch Ambitious Kapala, Anaki Natasha Harvey, Jack Lithi Likomba Ilondo, Joseph Isabley, Colette Weli Jan, Jolie Kalisa, Davis Ebo Kangwamba, Paul Kamwatimwa, Harriet Jean Kandulu, Dines Nancy Kanyerere, Nunkadala Kanchole, Ruth Takondwa Kaunda, Christina Kaitano, Nofrafa Kazembe, Nang Son Cook, Patrick Mawali Kibada, Tamikan Cindy Kondowe Kungwalu, Samson Dyson Kwatani, Yanikan Hyson Kwatwani, Mathibelaine Sisoto Valentin Mpani, Efi Tadala Lekera, Ansalu Emiru Lemesa, Christopher Lipikwe. The list continues for Master of Business Administration with pass. McDonald Lisimba, Mavis Lita, Albert Lungu, Lives Machingula, Cyprian Munyei Makanu, Michelo Makwembo, Peter Makwete, Clement Maremia, Herbert Malunda, Watpasia Manda, Victor Manraho, Joseph Hamakando Manyepa, Andrew Bernard Matambo, Dennis Mbuzi, Abdakarim Abdurrahman Muhammad Ahmed Mania, Landirani Mtandi, Tinashe Stephen Njenje, Jane Mukwaida, Frili Muntali, Ipani Tapondwa Katundulu Mwale, Vitumbiko Mwarwanda, Richard Branson Mzumara, Babilas Chembekezo Ndalama, Martin Mwaura Ndirangu, Nashkoto Het Nelumbu, Baneli Bekinkosi Ngoe, Priscilla Gorora, Esther Nyembes Shukarumi, Sidney Kwasi, Lindsay Joseph Nopani, Jane Francis Okukupuna Obododike, Babajide Jonathan Oditola, Elizabeth Jubilee Ofori, Judith Onchira Olo, Magdalene Mary Omijehao, Juliet Ifioma Onumelia, Chandrick Bogomba Otachi, Paul Otieno, Kama Shamari Phillips, Rajeshao Prasad. List continues for Master of Business Administration with pass. Amina Randiri, Manasseh Roberto, Mochpo Time Abiola Sabifon, Amani Sadkan, Anisa Batulali Samanan, Kaone Miranda Serov, Moses Silanda, Jen Siluka, Simon Sinkoko, Tione Naomi Sogo, Chinolo Solomon, Vincent Sesebugwawo, Chepo Tapel, Roberto Torina Tindugan, Maria Kaunapawa Titus, Felix Tunu, Pius Gideon Vermu, Samad Esmat Weli, Bernadette Yafet, Jean Iwombe, Edson Zaniku, Sarah Zoe, Upile Joseph Ziwao, Mary Zulu Matia, Mr. Chancellor Sir, Master of Business Administration with Credit, Bahilu Hodofa Bidan, Petros Buzuzi, Pusho Oladele Ibrahim, Dora Susan Magwinja, Edwin Henry Malua, Emmanuel Manirakaba, Taunazino Desiderio Ngutwa, Martin Brandon Jolomoli, Chitawero Nyondo, Faustine Ojobira, Hing A. Kuyu, Nisma Hussein Salam, Karamin Joy Shaw, Chitan Shrestha, Iraso Afeta Wapjira, Ebo Yerewa, and Zana Najat Zubar. Mr. Chancellor Sir, this completes the presentation of all our candidates to you, and I invite you to come to the podium to formally confer the degrees and close this congregation.
By the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Organizational Psychology, Master of Arts in Education, and the Master of Business Administration, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. I continue to speak. It is now my formal duty to close this event. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now declare the second graduation ceremony of Unicaf University, Malawi, concluded.
Dear viewers, the second Unicaf University graduation ceremony is now concluded. Our thanks to the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Acting CEO of Nche, Dr. Ambumlire Piri, and other guests and contributors to today's event. Special congratulations once again to the recipient of the first Unicaf University Honorary Doctorate, Dr. Rachel Swande, and to all our students in Malawi and across the world who have graduated today. We hope you have enjoyed the graduation ceremony. Thank you for watching.